Hi, welcome to my channel, Takiaki Tarot. Today is June 10th, Tuesday, 2025. Yep, June 10th, Tuesday, 2025. So before I get started, I want to remind anyone that's watching that these messages are not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If they resonate with you and gives you clarity, great. If it does not, then don't force it to be your story. So, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and start pulling cards. Move that back a bit. There you go. So first things first is I feel like you are going to be uprooted, collective. All right. And I feel like this is going to be for your benefit. I'm hearing ascension. All right. This is going to be God's doing, the Most High God, right? You're going to be uprooted. I don't know if this is from a position, a career, a home, an environment, a relationship, a mindset, a feeling, I don't know, a cleansing. But you're going to be uprooted from something, okay? It's kind of like you're being repotted into a bigger, you know, like when you're gardening, right? You get like a little tiny plant, right? And it comes in like the little fragile plastic mold or pot or whatever, right? So then you take it home and then you have to repot it into like a bigger pot, so that way the roots can grow sufficiently and stronger and better and healthier, right? And it has more room. It's like that for you. You're being uprooted to be put someplace healthier, better. I'm hearing more forgiving. Maybe it's going to be, for maybe some of you, this could be like internal, where you're going to have more space to continue your healing, your self-forgiving or forgiving of others and blah, 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 right? Things like that. What else? Yeah, I feel like that. And it's so funny because as this is already happening for you, there's another energy that feels like, it's like they're trying to take it upon themselves to uproot you themselves, right? And they think that this is something you deserve, or they're getting their revenge on you, or they're getting karma, or they're gonna bring you the karma, whatever, right? You know how silly people are when they, I see it all the time, how people want to speed up karma, so they decide to take it upon them, right? They try to put it in their hands. So something like that. But it's funny because this is already happening for you by God's design. But somebody feels like they too can take it upon themselves to enact some sort of karma. But this is just revenge. So I don't know how they think that's going to work. Because it's not. Right? So a funny example I can give you would be, you're sitting in a chair and there's a woman or a man or whatever that's eyeing your chair, that wants your chair. They want the chair. They want to sit in it. They want to smell it. They want to be in it. They want your chair. They have a chair. They're sitting on it, right? But they want your chair, right? They're eyeing it and eyeing it, and they're saying, one day, it's going to be mine, one day, right? So then you get up from that chair, and that person swipes it, and they're like, haha, finders keepers, that's what you get. You got up and you lost it. It's mine now, right? So they're sitting in a chair, not realizing that the reason why you got up is because the chair is broken down. It's got splinters. It's got a couple screws loose, blah, 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 blah. And you getting up was you walking to your luxury comfort lazy boy chair. And they're sitting in your old splintered, broken down, nails poking out chair. Not realizing that as you're walking, right, they're swiping your chair. I'm getting swiping, no swiping, right? They're swiping your chair, sitting down on it, and like, haha, that's what you get. You can't get this back. This is mine now. And you're just like, not even looking back, not even acknowledging, not even like, oh, well, that's my. You're not even that. You're walking calmly, and you're sitting in your new chair, brand new comfort luxury chair. It's got cup holders, right? It's got a whole recliner. And this person, they're watching you like mouth wide open, gobsmacked kind of energy. Well, that's not fair. What are you talking about? You got what you wanted. You got my old clunky chair. That's what you wanted. Why are you complaining? You've been eyeing it for years and forever and for months and for weeks and minutes. You've been eyeing it. You got it. So what's the problem? What's the problem? That's what you wanted, right? No. It's because you had the chair. That's what they wanted. They want what you have. So, wherever that energy is coming from, they're eyeing. It's so interesting because it's kind of like what they're literally playing with your broken toys. And they're waving it in your face. And you're just like, that's great. I'm happy for you. It's so funny how these things happen because I feel like they're waving it in your face. I got your toys. And they're broken. You put them down because they're broken. You don't. Those aren't. I don't know. I just. It's giving one man's trash is another person's treasure energy. But it's like, you can have my trash if you want it. I mean, it's gonna get thrown out either way. So, you can either keep it or you don't. It's not, no skin off my back, really. I feel like none of that matters, though, to you, right? Because the things that you have, it's just, you're going towards, I want to say the word appropriate. The things that are more appropriate and suited for you. For your energy, your effort, your time, your wisdom, your knowledge. Right? I just heard the word safe haven. You could be a safe haven, but you're being called to alright, let me move on. Alright, let me get one of these. Frost of stillness. Now, listen. There's going to be people that are like trying to flaunt something or brag or push something in your face or throw something in your face. Let them. Let them. And I feel like they're doing that because it's kind of like to brag or to compete or I got this, right? When the reality of the situation is you don't care. Right? And I feel like how can you care about someone bragging when you don't care what they're bragging about? So then what happens? They get irritated and they get upset and they get mad and they're like, well, what else do you have? Because obviously what I took is not good enough. It's not getting the reaction that we want. And it's bothering them. because you're not doing anything. And I've been getting this a lot in my readings lately, where you're just not really doing anything. You're just very nonchalant, very still, very calm, very quiet, right? I saw something in my dream last night, and I wanna say this because I feel like it's coming up for a reason. People are eating from empty bowls. Okay? Take that, do with that what you will, take that how that resonates, but this is what I want to say, collective. There are people, okay, not the collective, okay, so keep that in mind. There are people that are eating from empty bowls, okay, and these are the same people that are expecting a reaction from you. You're the one that's hungry and starved and cold and lost, and you want me to get a reaction? You're the thief. You're the one that's I got this. It's crazy. These same people that want you to react are the same ones that are eating out of empty bowls, and are the same ones that are watching what they can steal from you, what they can take from you, what they can swipe from you. So why, I don't understand why you're expected to react, why you're expected to care. Frost of stillness, embrace the frost of stillness, where in the calm of icy pause, reflective clarity is found. There's been a lot of that energy as well, clarity. I want to read the other one though too, because the card fell on the fence. It says stop and reflect. Pause in your journey to appreciate how far you've come and where you're headed. So I feel like while you got people around you saying, look, look, and trying to like be in your face or throw things in your face, it's like they're not even there. It's like looking through a glass wall. Like you're seeing through that mess. And instead you're just like, wow, I've come a long way. I'm proud of myself. And you got these people, look what I took from you. Look. And you're just like, wow, I am so proud of myself. Right? So that's just so funny to me. These are like mosquitoes. Just slap them away. I mean, maybe not physically, right? Because that could be what some of this energy wants you to get physical. Physical. Let's get physical. Somebody wants to get hot and heavy with you, though. Because there's just something. It's just the way. This is a side note. It's just the way you do it. It's just creme de la creme. Right. That's a side note. Only because somebody wants to get physical. So I don't want to get too much into that, because then I feel like it's gonna turn into like a love reading, and I'm not really trying to do all that. So yeah, you're just calm, reflecting, coming to clarities, coming to truths, you know, being proud of yourself on your journey, moving on to bigger and better things, having blessings, open-minded, open heart, open mind. Okay, it's very so it's kind of giving like a calm stream. 1414. It's like a calm stream. It's not an ocean. It's not a pond. It's not a river. It's a calm stream, right? Things are just flowing, right? It's like a very. It's not like it's not flowing, right? It's not stagnant water, but it's flowing to its own pace. It's like an ebb and flow. It's like very slow, right? It seems like it's going slow, but it's natural to its pace. All right. Streams feel like they're going slow, right? You ever look at a stream and you're like, sometimes it doesn't even look like the water is flowing, but it is flowing, right? The streams have their own flow of how their own speed. All right. So it doesn't seem like things may be moving for you. Things may seem stagnant, but it's really not. It's just going at its own pace, and it might even be so slow that it doesn't even look like it's moving. Okay, but it is. It's moving. Okay, and it's like before you know it, you're already at point A to point B to point C to point D to point A. Right? It's right. Sometimes you ever look at a stream and you're like, is the water moving? So you throw a pedal in the water to see if it is moving, right? And it looks like it's moving very, very slow. And you look away, and next thing you know, the pedal has already gone all the way down the stream because it is moving. It's just you're. There's also something about paying too close attention to something where it doesn't seem like it is moving. I'm also getting that phrase, a watched pot doesn't boil. Right, when you're boiling water and you're like, oh my god, it's gonna take forever to boil, so you're watching it to see, and then obviously you're watching it, so you know it's not. You're like, oh my god, it's taking forever, so you go do something else and blah blah blah, and then you come back, the water's bubbling and boiling and toiling. Right, that's that energy. I'm also getting you are that energy. Right, people looked away from you, they stopped paying attention to you, they stopped. Oh, it's the collective, they're not gonna blah 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 blah, right? Next thing you know, they're looking at you again, and you're like, oh my god, what is this? Right? I'll get one more because I did want to, and then I mean, it's a rainy day, so there really isn't much to do today except enjoy the... Oh, wait a minute. The rain. But I do think the sun's going to come out. The sun will come out tomorrow. Yeah, the sun's going to come out. It's going to break through the clouds. Ooh. Oh! We have Sculpture of Self. Interesting. Because when this card came out, I think it was last week, it was the other side, create a new identity. Sculpture of Self. Shape the sculpture of self, honoring the perpetual act of forming and expressing identity. That's what you're doing. In the frost of stillness, embrace the frost of stillness, where in the calm of icy pause, reflective clarity is found. So you've been doing a lot of reflecting. A lot of healing, understanding, inner journey, inner, right? And that's helping you, like, transform and emerge and shape who, like, not really shape because you were already this shape, but, like, chip away all the plaque and all the dirt and grime that was put on you that you were, like, essentially buried under. Now you're emerging as who you were always meant to be. Sculpture of self. Shape the sculpture of self, honoring the perpetual act of forming and expressing identity. So you are who you are, and you are embracing that. And the best way to embrace who you are is by reflecting and asking those questions. Who am I? What am I doing here? Blah, 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 right? And healing and blah, 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 blah. So that's what you've been doing. That's what you're doing. And there's no going back from there. Steady progress. Yeah. See? Oh, let me show you. It was Sculpture of Self. And then we have Steady Progress. Patience is your ally. Celebrate each step forward, no matter the size. That's wonderful. That's lovely. I like that. This is nice. And you have people, oh, this is what I took, this is what, ha 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 ha, and you're just like, wow, I've gone so far, I've grown so much, I can't believe I was able to do that. Like, for some of you, it could even just be, I finally was able to make the phone call to my doctor myself, and I was finally able to get that errands done, and I was finally able to, you know, whatever it is. It doesn't matter how big or small. I was finally able to graduate. Whatever it is. You're focused on you're focused on yourself. I'm hearing that one song by Gautier. It's Eyes Wide Open. Got your eyes wide open. I'm going to look up the lyrics to that. I love that album. Yeah, the song came out in 2011. It's called Eyes Wide Open by Gautier. With our eyes wide open, so this is the end of the story. Everything we had, everything we did is buried in dust, and this dust is all that's left of us. But only a few ever worried. While the signs were clear, they had no idea. You just get used to living in fear or give up when you can't even picture your future. We walk the plank with our eyes wide open. That's sad. That's sad. It's so crazy because I feel like there are people around you that are scared, and they're trying to distract you because of how unafraid and how unabashed and how forward there's something very revolutionary about your energy. Something so freeing, something so awe-inspiring, right? And you have people who are afraid. They'd rather bother you than deal with this energy of theirs. And it says, we walk the plank with our eyes wide open. We walk the plank. We walk the plank. We. And it says, some people offered up answers. We made out like we were heard. They were only words. They didn't add up to a change in the way we were living. And the saddest thing is all of it could have been avoided. But it was like to stop consuming, to stop being human. And why'd I make a change if you won't? We're all in the same boat, staying afloat for the moment. This is also the music video is really, really nice. That's crazy. The saddest thing is all of it could have been avoided. All of it could have been avoided. Why'd I make a change if you won't? I feel like, too, a lot of you, you're so far in your journey. You're so progressed. You're so, that it's kind of like you're looking at all of these people around you, whether they're your friends, your family, your neighbors, your coworkers, your spouses, your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, lover, I don't know, it doesn't matter. You're looking at people around you and you're realizing that that's so sad, man. They're kind of so you're this plant, right? You're moving, right? As you grow, you get put into a bigger pot, right? And then with that, you have to be able to willing to stretch out your roots and like, wow, this is, and accept the new environment, accept the change, accept, right? Like, okay. So put it like this. You're looking at these people like plants who are refusing to be planted in a bigger pot. So what happens? What happens to those plants that don't get repotted in time, that they can't do anything with their environment? What happens to those plants? They don't make it, right? They don't make it. So I feel like you're looking at these people around you, and it's like a strange, vivid realization that it's like, I feel like it's surreal too. That everyone's, well, not everybody, but a lot of people that are around you, they're not going anywhere. They're just stuck. You've changed, you've grown, and they're not. They're just, and I feel like for some of you, it may feel a little bit of a betrayal, right? Just listen. It may feel a little bit of a betrayal, right? Only because, so you can, that's okay to feel that way, okay? But work through that feeling. So it may feel a little bit of a betrayal because it's kind of like you're healing, you're growing, you're on this journey, you're on this or that. But it's like you're looking around, it's just like you're all alone. right? And it may feel like a betrayal because it's kind of like, you know, you're changing and you got all these people that don't want to change. They don't want to heal. They don't want to understand. They don't want to acknowledge. They don't. And it's just like, at that point, you have no choice but to keep going. You can't go back. That's not a thing. You can't go back. You have to keep going forward. So it's kind of like a lot of you may be feeling betrayed. Maybe by the Most High God. That could be, I don't know, deal with that, right? But I feel like a lot of you feel betrayed by the people who you saw as, yes, we're on this journey together, only to realize, oh, I'm on this journey by myself. And so realizing that you're on this journey by yourself, because obviously that's how it is, right? And then you realize that the change is happening within you. And when you realize that change is not happening within these other people, it can feel a little like, you mean to tell me you're not willing to heal? You're not on this journey? You're not trying to understand yourself? You're not trying to overcome? You're not trying to break generational curses? You don't want to do that? Why not? So that can feel... My lights just flickered. That can feel like a little bit of a betrayal, because it's just like, dang, I'm really on this path alone. So that's that. Okay. But there really isn't anything like, I don't know, just deal with that, because at the end of the day, these are the same people that have been eyeing your chair, right? And you're probably over here thinking, yeah, you're going to have a chair and you're going to have a chair. No, what they really want is your chair when you get up from your chair, right? Yeah, we're on this journey together. We're going to understand. No, it's just you. It's just you. It's just you on this journey. You're the only one that's really expressing yourself, being true to yourself, your boundaries, your truth, your healing, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. It's just you. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because the collective is a whole consciousness, right? It's but I feel like in every batch of humans, there's a member of the collective in there, and a lot of you are looking around like, dang, I'm the only one in this group that's like this. Yeah, but that's temporary, right? That's just part of your journey. Okay, let's see. I feel like that's the sun upright. I feel like this is just part of your reflective journey, right? Because a lot of the main theme here is reflecting. So a lot of you could be reflecting about the people, the company you keep, right? The mindset, the energy that is there. You're really, really looking at these things, and you're realizing, dang, I'm the only one that sees this. I'm the only one that feels this. Am I the only one? And for some of you, you're not, and that's okay. That's good. For some of you, you are. And again, that's okay. That's good, because it's just how it is for the time being, okay? But I feel like ultimately, the more you realize this about people and energies, and the more you realize this, the easier it is for you to just, all right, I'm going to get up and walk away now. It's going to be so much easier, because you're realizing there's nothing you can do if they don't want to change on the inside. There's nothing you can do. You can't stay there. You have no choice but to get repotted in a bigger pot, like a clay pot or one of those stone pots, right? You have no choice, right? But you're realizing, oh wow, you're also in a stone pot. You're also in a clay pot. Wow, so I'm not the only one in a bigger pot, and that's also good, because now you don't have to feel bad about all the space and all the wisdom and all the knowledge you have, because now you've been placed in a different environment where they too have wisdom and they too have knowledge and they too have understanding, right? So this is going to be better for you, okay, collective. The sun upright, okay. You're realizing there's a lot of things that are being revealed to you, and a lot of these things that are being revealed to you, they might ping you in the chest, right, as like some sort of like wow, it was really like that, or like, wow, that's crazy because I would have never thought, right? Those things. But ultimately, it's better for you to see things as they are. It's going to bring you more wisdom. All right? You having clarity, listen. And I feel like that's why a lot of people are so afraid of this journey, because then it's like, no, that's not true. That's not true. Right? I had that energy in yesterday's reading. No, that's not true. That's not true. But instead of you being in that denial, you're just like, dang, it is true. And it sucks that it's like that. But ultimately, that is part of the journey. Right? Truth hurts. Okay? But I will always respect the truth more than a sugar-coated lie. Like, tell me the truth. I don't care if it hurts me, because I want to know the truth. I would rather know the truth any and every second of the day than a lie to my face. All right? Truth is clarity. That is important. It's imperative for you to understand that. Truth is clarity. And a lot of people, they don't want the truth. They want to live in delusions and confusions, right? They want their ego massaged. It makes them feel good, right? That's why ignorance is bliss. Because if you don't know, you're la 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 la, I'm happy, everything's fine. Truth is clarity. And I feel like where you are in your journey and how far you've come, you have a certain amount of strength, inner strength, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual. Strength is required for these kinds of revelations to be finally accepted by your eyes. Okay, it's hold on. It's necessary and required, and you have the capacity to understand that. You're right. You're just like, dang, that hurts, but I can't deny the truth, right? That hurts my heart, but it's the truth, and I will respect the truth and the pain that comes along with that truth, because it's clarity, right? It's moving forward, right? It's the ability to make the decisions based off of that clarity, so that way you can move forward, right? It's gonna hurt. Ooh, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt, but it's necessary to move forward. All right. It's like walking down the steps, but then that one step, right, is that one step you can't walk on it, because you're gonna end up tripping on it, right? And it's kind of like you walk down a step, you trip, you walk down a step, you trip, you walk down a step, you trip, and then you find out why you keep tripping down the stairs, and you realize it's because that one step. So now you know, I can't touch that step, I can't walk on that step, because then I'm gonna trip and fall, right? So then what happens? You have to skip that step. So instead of walking down, you have to walk and then hop a step, right? And it's more work, but now at least you're not tripping down the stairs anymore. All right. The Hierophants. Upright. Yeah. I feel like these truths and clarities are necessary for you, because you're about to walk into a contract, a union, a marriage for some of you that God had his eye on for you, but it's you needed to see through things, right? And you're seeing through things. It's kind of like you're seeing through the eyes of the Most High God, and that's exactly what is important, right? And it's kind of like, I'm also getting something like a little side note where it's like, God, the Most High God, I feel it in my chest, was viewing and witnessing things, very, very hurtful and painful truths around you. And it was just like the universe was waiting for you to see these things, even though they were going to be hurtful to you and painful. Hi, my love. The universe was waiting for you to see these things, okay? Because once you see these things, it's kind of like, it'll bring you some sort of freedom and wisdom and clarity, right? It's gonna hurt, but now you're able to like walk into this contract, this marriage, this union that the Most High God has in store for you. God has always been there for you. God is always around you, right? God is you. You are God. God is in you, all right? But it's also your spirit knew before what you were willing to accept and understand and realize. And now that you are, there's a unison, a tandem. I don't know. There's just something like, all right. I don't want to do that one. Okay. Alright, so these are Roman numerals. I have to look them up. This is swords, this is cups. Is this the 9 of swords? I think this is the 9 of swords, VIII. I think this is the 8 of cups in reverse. So God is guiding you to walk away from certain people, places, things. I have to look it up just in case. You're abandoning things that are no longer part of your journey because you see them for what they are. People, places, mindsets, things, habits. You're seeing it for what it is. And if this is the 9 of swords, I feel like there's an energy of dismay, of sadness and depression. I think a little bit could be coming from you, collective. It's more like a deep disappointment, though, because it's kind of like you thought, for a lot of you, you could have probably assumed maybe that you weren't on this journey alone and you're secluded, your environment. You probably thought that you weren't on this journey alone. That, yeah, everybody, we're going to have a healing journey and we're going to be connected to God and we're going to heal our traumas and our pain and break generational curses. For a lot of you, I feel like you may have assumed that you were not the only one in this energy, that there were people around you that they too were going down this journey, only for you to realize that's not the case. That's not the case. And so you could be feeling a little disappointed by that, because it's kind of like, dang, I really am on this journey alone. And that realization is going to be like, dang, so that really means none of you can go with me. That really means I can't take any of you along with me. That really means I have to walk away. That really means you all are stuck. And I feel like it can be sad, that realization. And I feel like God was trying to prevent you from that heartbreak for a very long time by allowing you to be under the illusion of everyone's happy, everybody loves me, we're all good, everyone's full, right? Ignorance is bliss. But then it came to a point where God's like, all right, that's enough. Now it's time for you to really wake up. Now it's time for you to really see you. One of these things is not like the others, and you are not like the others. It's time for you to get up and go. You're being uprooted, right? And I feel like a lot of people, in the beginning, there was this energy that I talked about, how someone was like watching your chair, like, oh yeah, they're gonna get up, we're gonna take that chair, not realizing God is doing that. God is lifting you up. Ooh, God is lifting you up because you are no longer being allowed in this energy, this environment, this relationship, this job, this neighborhood, this family, this whatever it is. It's time for you to move. All right. And it's crazy because it doesn't even seem like you're doing anything, right? Like a stream. You ever look at a stream? It's so calm, it's so peaceful, so it almost looks like it's not even moving, but it is. Throw a leaf in there, throw a petal in there, right? And it looks like it's just going slow, but next thing you know, it's already down the mountain, right? Also, side note, if you're ever lost in the woods and you find a stream, follow the stream down. Don't follow the stream up, follow the stream down. Side note, okay? That's just a little fun fact. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, Roman numerals. I want to double check these numbers. Now my nose is like getting stuffy. I I've been working on my Roman numerals. So that is IX. Yep, IX is 9. And then VIII, I believe that's 8. VIII, yep. Eee. So VIII, that is 8. So let me show you, see? Well, you're gonna have to flip the screen, but yeah, VIII. Because I'll tell you that in a second. And then I just want to show you. And then this is IX, the 9 of Swords, upright. So I do feel like it's gonna... It does hurt. It does hurt, right? But that's okay. Let it. Feel it. Embrace it, right? Don't slap a band-aid on it. Oh, no. Embrace it. Be honest with yourself. It hurts, all right? Be for real, see it for what it is. A pain because you thought that you were not on this journey alone, and that was kind of comforting because it's kind of like, oh yeah, my mom can come, my sister can come, my brother can come, my friend can come, my coworker can come, my neighbor can come, right? And you're over here thinking, yeah, we're always gonna be happy, and we're always gonna have a connection. And God's like, baby, that's not true. These people, not all of these people are gonna be able to go with you. Wherever it is you're going, they're not gonna be able to go with you. And it's kind of like, wow, really? And God's like, yes. This is, and the sooner that you realize that, and which is now it's time for you to realize that not everybody can go with you. Because you're just not built like that. That's not who you are. You're not like these people. You never were, you're never going to be. There's something bigger and better for you. That's you, right? I feel like with this owl here, with the 8 of Cups reverse, I feel like a certain wisdom, like I said, there needs to be a certain strength that is required to be able to accept this truth, right? And then what happens? What do you do with that truth? Now you have to have, with this owl and this crow, now you have to have the wisdom to be able to drop it, let it go, right? One man's trash is another man's treasure. I've also been getting the phrase a lot, putting down your toys. There's a verse in the Bible where it talks about when you become an adult, it's time to put down your toys and childish things, okay? So there's something about setting this down, this mindset, this illusion, right? And now you're strong enough and you're wise enough to see it for what it is and leave it where it's at. And I feel like for some of you, you may even walk away crying. That's okay, all right? Let it out. Purge the emotions. Let it out. Don't hold it in, right? If you feel like you need to cry, let it out, because it's important to... It's kind of like you're mourning. Essentially, you would be in mourning, right? So go through the grieving process of realizing, wow, they really can't go with me. I'm really on this journey by myself. Go through the mourning process. That's okay. We have the 2 of Pentacles upright. It's going to help bring you balance. I'm also getting your balance is that's also been another thing in my readings a lot lately. That's another word that I've been picking up on, balance. Yeah. I'm also getting this is going to you're connecting at this moment with your divine feminine or your divine masculine. You're with your partner. Okay, you're connecting with your partner. So this is why this is also another essential reason as to why God's like, it's time. It's time for you to be with your person. It's time. So, go through the mourning process, grieve, do what you got to do, cry it out, maybe yell, maybe punch a pillow, maybe go for a walk. Okay, do what you got to do because it's time. Okay, it's time. And God's like, I've given you enough time, right? I've given you enough space, okay, it's time now. We got to go. Let's go. It's time. Let's go. It's time. Okay? God's saying it's time now. I'm also getting, you've done all the necessary work. Why are you still here? Let's go. Come on. It's time. Five of Cups upright and the Lovers upright. For some of you, you could be walking away from a relationship. I feel like for a lot of you, this relationship, this friendship, this dynamic, whether this is a romantic relationship, a platonic relationship, a family dynamic, whatever it is, this could even be a friendship, a relationship between two friends. But I feel like a lot of you are realizing, that holding on to this is bringing you, it's not, there's no growth in this for you. There's nothing. You can't grow in this. There's no room for you to grow. I feel like for a lot of you too, you're realizing like you were holding on to what this meant for you, then realizing what it's actually doing for you. Okay? Like you're holding on to something it's because of what it means to you. Okay? And it's kind of like, that's great and all, but you gotta let go because it's not really doing anything for you. It might mean the world to you, but you can't hold on to whatever this is forever because it's not doing anything for you. There's also someone that wants to communicate with you. This is someone who's very sad and depressed. There's a depressed individual that wants to communicate with you. I feel like this is where the disappointment is coming from, because you're realizing, dang, I gotta go. Because this is bringing me nothing but disappointments, and there's nothing for me here. This energy wants to communicate with you. They're very depressed and sad. But you look at them with a disappointment. And that they know that. They see that. So they I hate to say it like this, but there's something about your energy that makes this person wants to hide under a rock. And this is the same exact person that wants to communicate with you and they want to talk to you and they're depressed and they're sad. But they're also like intimidated by your energy, but they want to talk to you. It's like they want to be around you, but they're intimidated by you. And they know that you're disappointed in them, and that adds on to their depression and their sadness. I feel like this person, they're trying to insert themselves. We have the Ten of Wands reverse on the bottom of the deck. This person is very intimidated by you. And they're sad because you won't hold on to them. But you see them as a disappointment, and you're not, that feeling right there alone is a burden. That's a burden right there. Feeling that negative feeling is a burden. And you're not willing to carry that burden of an emotion. with the Ten of Wands reversed on the bottom of the deck, your freedom, your intuition won't let you carry that unnecessary burden. It won't. And because you know that, and this person feels it's emotionally intimidated by you, and it's almost as if they feel like you look down on them. Okay, but it's not about money, it's not about materials, it's they feel it in their spirit. There's something about you that is not to be there's something about the collective that's not, there's something about you that really, really intimidates them to the core, to their soul. They feel it because their soul recognizes your soul, right? And that's not something that can be tempered with, that can be altered, that can be changed. It's on a soul level, right? But it's crazy because it's almost as if this person is begging. It's like their soul is begging to be acknowledged by your soul. But they also know that God has also shown to you this is a burden that is not necessary for you to carry. And I feel like that's where that disappointment is coming from, because I feel like for a lot of you, whoever this person is, you could have been under the assumption that this person too was on a journey, only to realize, dang, I thought you were changing, but you're not. I gotta go. And that can be heartbreaking when you realize that the people that you wanted so much to be with you, they can't go with you. They're not allowed. They literally don't have the access to do so. Yeah, this is... Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna get, I'll get one card, and then I have to close it off with, the one deck over there. What's it called? I don't know, the Sea Soul or something? I don't know. Wow, the Ace of Wands. This person is watching you. Remember when I picked up on that little side note? Physical, physical, let's get physical. It's this person. They want to be intimate with you because there's just something about you that only you can do it the way you do it, and it's creme de la creme, right? It's creme de la creme. It's very... This person wants to be physical, intimate, physically intimate. This person may even have... First of all, this person has a lot of passion for you. They could have romantic feelings for you with the Lovers here. They could have romantic feelings for you. They're very passionate towards you. They're very lustful towards you. If this is a masculine, they want to give you their wand, right? If this is a divine feminine, so you could be a divine feminine. If this is a feminine, she wants you to give her your wand. Take it how it resonates, okay? But this person's watching you. And they're willing, there's something about they're willing to listen what you have to say. They want you to speak to them. It's as if you have their ear. Okay, so what that means is they listen to what you say, right? Your words of wisdom, okay? Your guidance. They listen to what you say. Okay? You see? And they don't listen to just anybody, but you see how that bird is tweeting in their ear and the vines are wrapped around? And that bird is like, it's as if this person is like, they're terrified about the things that you're going to say to them, right? Because of how intimidating they are. But at the same time, they want to, they need to. It's like a soul level. Like they're terrified. They don't want to hear what you have to say, but they want to hear what you have to say, right? It's kind of like, I don't know how to, if I could like draw it up, it'd be easier, right? But it's like, I don't know, it just terrifies them. Your energy intimidates them, but they also crave it. right? There's something about you on a soul level, right? Now, if you were ever intimate with someone like this, if this is resonating, if you were ever intimate with someone like this, then this person, their soul craves your soul. It's like this Ace of Wands energy. They could also be terrified, right, as to how much this person could, like, their cravings and desires for you terrifies them. But they're intimidated by you. They crave you. They desire you. They are sad and depressed. They want to communicate with you. I feel like also, too, this person fears disappointing you. And they don't know how to not disappoint you. See, now it's turning into a love reading on their end. And this is what I didn't want. This person feels, they know, they're picking up on a distance between the two of you. Or if this is like a family dynamic, and you're just not interested with the Ace of Wands, you're not interested in pouring into them or giving them your attention, whatever. But this person, I don't know, this person could be praying or wishing for a miracle, or that you don't walk away. This person sees you as, like, you complete them, you make them whole, and that terrifies them as well, too. That terrifies them. You terrify this person. But I feel like this person could be very much well in your past. Or they're about to be in your past. Because you now see something about them. They're just going to bring you burdens of disappointment. And that's not... and those burdens of disappointment, that's not necessary for you. You don't have to carry them because they're not yours. These are their disappointments, or your assumed potential, or your assumed whatever of them, and then they're not living up to that, or they're not whatever. I don't know. They're not your burdens. Ooh, the moon upright. There's all these eyes. We have the moon upright and the sun upright. I feel like you see what's inside of this person. You see why they are in the Five of Cups. You see. And they know you see. Right? But that's as far as it's going from there for them. And you probably were under the assumption that they were taking care of those demons, those burdens, those pains, those traumas. Wow, we're all changing. We're all healing. No. Right? Because it's not your job to carry the burdens of other people. The disappointments of other people, right? The moon upright and the Two of Wands upright. VII. That would be the Seven of Cups. Wow. The Emperor. That's sad. Upright. The moon upright. Two of Wands upright. And the Seven of Cups upright. There's something about a secret here. A secret plan to keep you under an illusion. To confuse you. It could have been this Emperor. This man. So for some of you, you could be Divine Feminine. Right? This Emperor was trying to keep you under an illusion from you realizing or seeing that they just wanted you to carry their burdens for them. It's so crazy to me because I feel like this energy, a lot of this energy is just an energy that you were under an illusion of, carrying burdens of other people, disappointments, blah, 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 blah. I feel like you're realizing that was just an illusion. It was like a plot, a secret plan to keep you under an illusion from being with your emperor or being with your empress. And now that you realize this, you see the illusion for what it is, you can walk away and be with your empress or be with your emperor. You're meant to be with someone. A lot of you may be thinking that I'm going to be alone forever. That may be true for some of you. Okay, it is how it is. But for a lot of you, you're not supposed to be alone. You're supposed to be with someone. But now that you're seeing things for what it is, you're heading towards a union. We have the Lovers and the Emperor upright and the Hierophant. But you had to see it through some sort of illusion. And now that you have, you're balanced out. But you also have this energy that I feel like your emperor is... Here's the thing. No one can ever really truly control an emperor other than his empress, right? No one really controls a husband other than his wife, right? No one really controls a king other than his queen, right? And people be like, oh, a real wife is submissive and blah, blah, blah. The real power is the wife, right? She gives the king submission and right, obviously. But within that submission is actual power. That's a fun fact, okay? It's people who know, if you understand, then you understand exactly what I'm saying, okay? And that's not to discredit the king or the emperor's power. Oh yeah, they have power. They're in control, right? They're right. But a real king, a real queen, a real emperor, they know that when it comes to his queen, when it comes to his empress, he will always go to her for guidance and wisdom and consort with her and listen to her. It doesn't matter, like, what she might have to say might terrify him, might scare him, but he can always count on the fact that his empress or his queen, right, will tell him the very, very things that people around him are too afraid to say or to, they have no position to be speaking upon or whatever the case it is, okay? So I feel like for a lot of you, there is an emperor that is, I don't know, they are terrified of the power that you have over them. But there's this disappointment coming from you that is like coming from them. I don't know. Anyways, I'm not going to go into more because it's a rainy day and I want to enjoy the rainy day. Oh, right. This one. I feel like there's an emperor. For some of you, it could be an empress. They're trying to prove something to you. That they're not a disappointment. That they're not, just an illusion. They're trying to prove it to you. So I'm going to read the card in a second, but there's something about having compassion here. Yeah. I feel like, held, may you feel the ocean's caress. May you feel the ocean's caress. This one's imagine reverse. May you look beyond what can be seen. This is about moving forward. Whoever this emperor is, they want to touch you. They want to be held by you. They want to listen to you. They want to have the privilege of listening to the words that are coming out of your mouth. It terrifies them. It scares them. Look at how scared she looks. It terrifies them and it scares them. And they what is that, an ant on their face crawling? The words that come out of your mouth, it terrifies them and it scares them. And part of it is because it makes them uncomfortable, because it's speaking to them on a soul level. Okay? It makes them want to move. It makes them want to get up. Okay? That's what you do to this emperor. And it terrifies them. But at the same time, all they want is to touch you, to be around you, to lick you. God. But with Imagine here, may you look beyond what can be seen. I feel like because it's in the reverse, this person feels like they cannot move, because this is about moving forward. Okay? This person feels like they cannot move forward without you pulling on their ear. And I feel like that's where the burden is coming from, because you feel like I shouldn't have to be pulling on your ear for you to go. I thought you were going by yourself. And instead, you were relying me on pushing you and pulling you. That's a burden. And I feel like that's where the disappointment is coming from. Because this person can't go without you. They can't move without you. They can't imagine without you. They can't move forward without you. This person could be pleading, please just have some compassion. Have some, just please, I'm begging you, please, just don't leave, please. And I feel like this, I don't know, it's heavy. Oh my God, that felt so good. Oh my goodness. I don't know what you're going to do about this, collective. So, good luck.